Hi, I'm the Tabletop Teacher. In this video, we'll take a quick look at each of the figures you get when you purchase the Mercs for Money Fast Forces pack released in April 2017. I'll also let you know if I think the set is a good fit for newer players. The criteria I use to determine this are explained in part 1 of the 10 Fast Forces for New Players series. You can click on the YouTube card that pops up here to view it. You'll get 6 figures in this Fast Forces pack: Deadpool, Foolkiller, Madcap, Slapstick, Solo, and Stingray. If these sculpts look familiar, that's because they're exactly the same as their Deadpool and X-Force main set counterparts. Only the paint jobs are different, but there's actually a good reason for this. This color-coordinated bunch is really meant to be played as a team. You can actually play all 6 figures in a 300-point Heroes for Hire named theme team. Each character has a special power called Color Coordinated that can outwit powers of a specific color. Deadpool can outwit red powers, Foolkiller can outwit light blue powers, Madcap can outwit indigo, and you get the idea. That does leave 24 powers this team cannot outwit. You would need to add in the limited edition Terror in a 400-point team to outwit pink powers. But keep in mind that these Fast Forces characters only cost 50 points apiece. Apart from Deadpool, who has to start at 80 points to access his color-coordinated special power. So the outwit variant can be seen as a bonus. It probably won't be something a newer player will be counting on in his strategy. Deadpool has the Mercs for Money trait, which means he'll be healing 1 click when any other character from this team knocks out an opposing character. But he is the only one with this trait in the pack, which means you're kind of losing out on the Mercs for Money trait. There's something you could do with characters from the Deadpool and X-Force set. For casual play, a team with this Deadpool and these characters from the main set will have all of your characters heal each time any one of them knocks out an opposing character. Those swarm teams will be in trouble. Not the kind of thing that would have you win tournaments, but could be fun. Back to this Fast Forces Deadpool. It's the kind of piece I think is somewhat new player friendly because the powers are pretty basic, but it's also a piece that players with a little more experience will find interesting as well. This version of Deadpool starts off as a good close combat attacker, then ranged, and then becomes a tie-up piece that can offer an extra action to your team. His color-coordinated outwit can help you counter Flurry, Blades Claw's Fangs, Super Senses, and Range Combat Expert. Next we have Foolkiller. This one's color-coordinated outwit variant will work on Mind Control, Incapacitate, Barrier, and Probability Control. That's not bad at all, but it's hard to say this piece is new player friendly. He might not be on the map for very long to really get comfortable with either. 4 clicks of life, even with a little toughness, won't stick around for long with a 16 defense on the 3rd click. He has an interesting, although somewhat limited trait. He can use Perplex on characters named Deadpool exclusively, but if it's an opposing Deadpool, he can modify a combat value except damage by -2. He's nice to have in this specific team you can build with the Fast Forces pack, but might not find his way in a lot of other teams. Madcap. 50 points, 6 clicks, that's a good deal. He can outwit Force Blast, Smoke Cloud, Willpower, and Close Combat Expert. He has Mind Control on half of his dial, with minimum range of 4. The bottom half of his dial is somewhat of a run away and heal kind of thing with an extra probability control that can be handy, especially for breaking away, because chances are Madcap will be in close combat. A somewhat specialized piece that I'm not entirely sure that will appeal to newer players, but experienced players will find thoroughly enjoying to annoy opponents with. I think Slapstick has to be my favorite piece in this Fast Forces pack. Again, 50 points for 6 clicks is great, but on top of that you get to choose your speed power on the first 3 clicks, plus willpower and precision strike. Getting to choose a power is so useful and makes things much harder for your opponent to anticipate. You need hypersonic speed? You got it. Want mind control instead? Okay. Or maybe stealth is perfect right now, so go ahead and hide in the shadows then. His color-coordinated outwit variant can take care of phasing teleport, pulse wave, defend, and support. The thing is, he doesn't have a damage reducer, and with 17 defense, he's going to get hit. He does have regeneration on the bottom half of the dial, but still, it might be worth getting him equipped with something that will help him with his defense. I don't have the Hulkbuster torso to give him invulnerability, but that would be great for 10 points. Slapstick is, in my humble opinion, a very nice strategic piece. Now Solo is probably the most new player friendly piece of this Fast Forces pack. He's a range attacker for the top half of the dial and close for the bottom half in a relatively straightforward way. He can outwit charge, super strength, energy shield deflection, and enhancement. His trait allows him to choose an opposing character at the beginning of the game, for which he'll get a +2 modifier to attacks against that character, and will heal 2 clicks when that character gets knocked out. Also 6 clicks for 50 points, a very good piece for new and experimented players alike. Well, Stingray is orange, so his outwit variant can take care of energy explosion, leap climb, toughness, and battle fury. Stingray can carry 2 characters, which is nice, but can't change elevations when doing so. Gliding like a stingray, I suppose. He starts with Pulse Wave, enhancement later, not a very new player friendly figure in my opinion, but a very good one in this pack because you're going to need someone against those impervious and invincible characters. These are the powers you would have to be comfortable with to play everything that's in this Fast Forces pack. 28 powers and 4 traits, which is quite manageable. Overall, the Mercs for Money Fast Forces pack is not quite as new player friendly as the Uncanny X-Force pack, but it's still not a bad match. On the one hand, a 300 point team of 6 characters is a bit more work, something that requires a little experience to be really comfortable with. Also, there are very few printed move and attack powers on these dials, which I tend to think are helpful when you start out. On the other hand, the traits and special powers are mostly accessible, the dials are pretty consistent, and new players will be comfortable with most of the first click powers. You see why this one is a little hard to call? I'm going to say leans on new player friendly, but if you're going to get only one of the 2 Deadpool Fast Forces and you're a new player, Uncanny X-Force might be a better fit. I hope this was helpful in deciding whether or not this Fast Forces pack is a good fit for you. Share your strategies using any one of the pieces in the comments below. Don't forget to like this video, subscribe to the Tabletop Teacher, consider becoming a patron if you can, and as always, thanks for unboxing with me.